In this section, we are going to discuss format. I know format has been a really big thing. I've got a lot of questions about it. For your draft that you're turning into me on Friday, format is not important to me, okay? Format is more so when you have your complete final draft. But I know some people feel better if they are using the format throughout. And so I will show you how to use format. This is on Microsoft Word, and I am on a Mac. So if you are on Microsoft Word on a PC, it works just a little bit different, but not too much. And so I'll tell you the little differences. And if you are using Google Docs, I can also tell you some of the differences, but it is not much different from what you'll see here. So once you pull up your document, the first thing you need to do is check your font. Your font should always be Times New Roman. I've noticed depending on which one you're using, it'll give you Calibre or Calibre, however you want to pronounce it, or to give you Arial. But for MLA, you need Times New Roman. You need 12 font. And you need to check your margins. So what you'll do is go to Layout, go to Margins, and check Normal. You want to make sure that all four sides are 1 inch. You don't want narrow, you don't want moderate, you don't want any of these, okay? You just want normal. You want everything one all around. Once you've checked for that, the next thing you need to do is go back to Home, okay? And go to this area. If you are on PC or on Google Docs, it says Paragraph and Line section. Go here where there are the 2 arrows up and down with the lines on it. And as you can see, it says line and paragraph spacing. Click it. Make sure that it is on 2.0. I've had people, when I say double space, they thought that meant like hit their space bar twice or hit their enter button twice. But this means coming to your line and spacing option and picking 2.0. Also, once you finish clicking that, click it again and go to line spacing options. Okay. Once you do that, I want you to check where it says indentations. Make sure that everything's 0. And then once you get to spacing here, make sure that it's also 0. There are times when you are doing your format, sometimes it'll have a 6 here or 8. It just depends. Make sure that it's 0, and I want to put it up there for you today. Okay. So make sure that your spacing is 0 in all of these places. All right. Once you have checked that, you should be fine to go. The first thing you need to do is at the top of the paper, in the top right corner, double click and your header will come up. If you are on Google Docs, you have a spot where you can go to Insert and put header and footers. You might have to go there. Sometimes the double click works, sometimes it doesn't. But if it does not, then go over to Insert and then find the header and footer section and click headers. So the first thing you want to do is go to page number. You want to go where it says page number. Since this is a Mac, mine automatically has top of page here. But if you are on a PC, it's going to ask you top of page. And make sure you click that one and go to the plain third one. So the third one is where it goes to the right at the top. Okay, so you'll see mine says right at the top. So if this was the PC, it'll have these 3 options and it'll have the numbers out next to it. Okay, so it's right at the top, and then you click OK. Your numbers show up there. All right, with your Google Docs and other things, your blinking indicator will be next to your number. Okay, but since I am on my Mac, it's nice and it puts it back on the other side. If yours just so happens not to be on the same side as your number, it is okay. Simply go back to the paragraph section and go to where it says right align. Okay, and the right align will put it right next to your number. Right here, you will put your last name, whatever your last name is. You type it there. Okay, it has a space in between on mine. If yours does not have a space between your last name and your number, just hit the space bar 1 time. Okay. And then once you put your last name and your page number there, just click anywhere outside of your header and it'll stay there. So you have nothing to worry about. The next thing you'll want to do is to write your name here on the paper. I'm going to put my real name and pretend that I'm a student. So you put your name here. You simply hit enter and put your professor's name there. Since I am your professor, you can put Miss Evans, or you can put Professor Evans. It doesn't matter to me. If you decide you want to put my first name up there, make sure you capitalize my T. If you don't, I'm going to take out a point because I just showed you, and you should listen to this recording. Okay? All right, the next line that you put is your class. So it will be freshman composition, 1010-810. Okay. The next line for you will be the date. So how the MLA formatted is you have the date, the month, and the year. So today is the 17th. You put September 2021. You do not need any commas since it is written this way. Okay. Now the next thing to note is what you do next. So you simply hit enter. Then you go up here to your paragraph and format section again. Yes. Go to the center section and you put your title, whatever your title is. Okay. It doesn't matter to me. You can have a very unique title. It can be a line of a lyric. It can be, a motto. It does not matter to me. Make sure you put a title. I'm just going to put this one as an example. So with this title, I want you to notice one thing. Prepositions are not capitalized unless they are the beginning of a sentence. So if you have this one, all of my love, of will not be capitalized. If your title is living my best life, because that's the title of your obituary, everything in this title is capitalized. Okay. It really just depends on how you decide to write your title. And if you're not sure if something's a preposition, I definitely let you know. Of course, if you turn your draft in, I'll make sure that you have time to edit those things so you don't have to worry about that as much. Now, after you get through with your title, you hit enter again and you go back to the left alignment. When you start on this side, the next thing you're going to do is start writing your paragraphs. Okay? So once you're going to start writing your paragraphs, what you need to do is either one or two things. If you're on a computer, you simply hit that nice tab button one time. If you notice, my blinking indicator moves places, so I'll put it back. You hit that tab button one time, it shifts it over. If you are like some of my students who are working last minute and you're on Google Docs on your phone and you're texting it, typing the text style, hit the space bar 5 times. It works the same. 5 spaces is equal to 1 tab. Okay. Then you start to write your essay. Now, once you get done with the first paragraph, do not put any spaces in between the paragraphs. Simply hit enter and you tab the next paragraph. Okay. That indicates that's a new thought. That's a new main idea for your argument towards your thesis. Okay. So do not put spaces in between them. Do not add any crazy amount of space in between here. It should only be 1 space. Do not add 2 or 3 spaces between this and your first paragraph. It should only be 1 space. Okay. So this is MLA format. That's it. Okay. Making sure you know your name, my name, what class you're in, the date, the title, and then putting stuff in the document header. Okay. Usually when I say MLA header, I've had students to put it inside of the word header. And so I try to use different words for it, but that's what it's called. It's called MLA header. And then this is a word header. So make sure you don't put your actual MLA header inside of it. You just put your last name and the page number. And once you put the page number up there, once you get to more pages, let's just say you get to the bottom and you get to 2 pages, on your second page, it will automatically show up for you. But if you put a number in, the number 1 will constantly just show up over and over again. Okay? So make sure that you put the actual page number in.